Nobody likes to fail. For us, a chef, the only thing that actually we have at the end of the day is the name.
He's that kind of a character people love. The crazy, wild, rock and roll chef in the back.
Where is the piece of marble? In France? He's maybe an idiot, but he was right. Oh, sorry. I thought he was going inside. It's okay? Is it dirty a little bit? Yeah.
Chef Marc Thuet is a man ruled by his passions. He left his native Alsace, France in 1984 for Toronto, a city where the Michelin-trained chef could break free from stringent French tradition. 8 years later, the big bear of a chef was a very big deal. His refined yet daring cooking established him as one of the city's finest chefs.
Give me more truffle. Give me some truffle. It was overwhelming. It was, I felt the pressure. It was tough. I felt it was tough because, the food writers, everything, they look.
Soon, his reputation for heavy spending and hard partying threatened to overshadow the artistry of his food. Then, in 2003, he was fired from a prestigious position, and a magazine article attributed his demise to debt and drugs.
Like if nobody else ever used drugs, it's just, and everybody, people say, oh, look at that's the crazy guy. But I don't think I'm crazier than anybody else. I think I'm just a down-to-earth guy. I just try to have fun.
Marc's wife, Biana Zorik, was a server in one of his restaurants. After 8 years of ups and downs, her faith in his ability has never wavered.
When it comes to his cooking, I think that there's nobody that does it better.
4, that's 24. That's for David 3. 8 moments.
He's a genius in what he does. And to boot, he's that kind of a character people love. The crazy, wild, rock and roll chef in the back.
Biana's so confident in Marc's ability, she's willing to stake her inheritance on it. With $250,000, she and Marc are opening Thuet, a 100-seat venue in Toronto's emerging restaurant district.
It's a restaurant being built around Marc and Thuet cuisine and what he does in the kitchen.
And I think this is going to be his little kingdom, his little castle. And I think that's ultimate for him, for his life.
The space was recently occupied by another restaurant, and the kitchen needs some minor improvements. The main dining room needs a complete overhaul. A long marble bar will line one wall, red leather banquettes will flank the other.
I would love to get a romantic restaurant. I want people to come in there and just to feel like, oh yeah, I'm in heaven.
Friend and designer Alexandra Gatzarelia is helping them renovate the space.
The whole idea and the personality of Biana and Marc is reflected in the design, the smoothness and the tornadoes.
The smoothness will be achieved with warm colors and classic wood floors. A dramatic focal point will be a cluster of wrought iron branches, which will wrap around a pillar and extend into the ceiling.
And then we have metal iron going around the columns and going on the ceiling where we have those lights. So after free drinks, people are going to think they're in the country,
Until he's able to cook, Marc will channel his passion into construction.
I'm not building to it. I like to be a part of it, I want to learn how to love it before it's even built, What is going on outside? Oh, no pressure.
Oh, no pressure on your gun.
When it comes to opening a restaurant, Marc and Biana don't have a lot of money or experience, but they do have friends.
Mr. Provadello, something. I knew you were going to say that, eh?
Restaurant impresario Franco Prevedello is their landlord and takes a fatherly interest in the project.
She's the owner, so we have to please the owner, otherwise we get into trouble.
I am a friend and a coach, and I'm having fun working with them because I've built 20 restaurants, so I know how to build a restaurant. It's going to be Marc is Alsatian, big heart, big man, warm French, Alsatian French, even richer, and that's a feeling.
That's China.
For Biana, Thuet is a chance to take herself from server to restaurateur.
And then even with that, I think he's going to cook.
For Marc, it's a chance to resuscitate his name and reputation.
Nobody likes to fail. For us, a chef, the only thing that actually we have at the end of the day is the name.
And after years of excessive behavior, Marc's name has been dragged through the mud.
Oh, can you believe it?
But Bianna's not worried.
I know how to talk to Marc. I know how to deal with Marc.
Even on the human, you know, stress in the kitchen, I say that she's the only one who can actually calm me down.
Why do you have to make life difficult for everyone else?
There's a lot riding on calming Marc down, namely Bianna's family money. She's borrowing from a trust set up by her Serbian grandparents.
This is the grandpa. Marc calls him our own Donald Trump. A very important man in my life, one of the best.
You take a high risk, a bigger risk. They have worked their whole life to make this trust happen, and for me to just kind of borrow it and not, God forbid, not be able to pay.
I put 3 coats in 2 days. I put the urethane on top, and suddenly everything starts to bubble. I try to be an artist.
Thuet's projected opening has come and gone. They're now a month behind schedule. The wrought iron tree has proven more complex than expected.
Go this way, that way. You don't want to go over this way, right?
But even the simplest tasks are eating up time. The walls, for instance, keep changing color.
First we started with this, and then there was this terracotta thing that we wanted to match. There was blue, there was green, there's yellow, there's green.
And we have to clash, and at the end we agree. Absolutely. Democracy at its best.
I love working with Franco and Alex. I'm really learning from these guys.
What is this?
It's a freaking light. Can't put them here.
I like to keep things minimal, and sometimes I feel like it's getting cluttered would be a good word. I'm just worried. That's all I am.
Marc, meanwhile, is willing to do whatever it takes to speed things up.
Close your eyes.
And he's better with power tools than he is at dealing with suppliers.
Where is the piece of marble? In France? He's maybe an idiot, but he was right.
Or insurance companies.
I don't give a shit about that. That's what they put, but no, the oven is not on here too.
Bianna takes over the job of getting a reasonable quote.
You 25% cheaper. Put it 30.
This is a quote that I got from a lady. It's not my 25%.
No, so don't for the lady. What do we fight about? I mean, I don't think we fight a lot about anything because she's always right and I'm always wrong. So there's nothing to fight about.
Except when she burns a hole in the bar with her cigarette.
At least at home I only burn the bed sheets. I don't burn the bars.
And the carpet.
Okay, that too, yeah.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, I don't know.
Complain too?
I don't know.
Who's gonna listen to me when I complain?
We can't open up, obviously. That's it. It's over. Yeah. Open.
No, I have to. No, I have to.
I'll work that in the end.
Opening night is 2 weeks away. The dining room is looking good, but there's a problem in the kitchen. Marc has taken it upon himself to paint the floor.
Throw paint or it's a mad reaction with the urethane and paint.
Reaction. I have no clue what kind of reaction, but there'll be not a good one. Instead of reading, you know, the paint has to cure for 6 days, I put 3 coats in 2 days. I put the urethane on top, and suddenly everything starts to bubble. I try to be an artist.
Mistakes like these cost money, and Marc and Bianna's is running out.
My budget is probably, at this point, $150,000 over budget.
Bianna decides that the wrought iron tree is simply too expensive. The designer is not pleased.
Alex, you have to say something.
No, I wanted your version to explain why we took out the tree.
No, I know, but you have to say something about it.
You cannot tell the designer, I don't like it. It's impossible.
If I have to make a decision, and I know that it's for the benefit of my restaurant, and it's for the benefit of Marc and I will make that decision. At the end of the day, you have to understand I'm paying for all of this.
Meanwhile, Marc is planning his menu, and there doesn't seem to be a lot of effort to keep food costs down.
790. It's the black truffle season in France. I'm gonna have a black truffle menu. There's no choice, there's 9 courses. It's gonna be all about black truffle. But even in a dessert, I have black truffle.
Later that day, the banquettes arrive. Vienna's not on site, so quality control is up to Marc.
We get the other one?
At least one of the banquettes seems to be the wrong size.
We should have a space here, you just told me. And so they know we have no space.
You have drapes, maybe you need a space.
Yeah. You guys are very quick to find excuses, eh?
Marc commits the cardinal sin. He pays the supplier in full when he's not fully satisfied.
Not what we wanted and assigned, so just in case, I still can sue you. Close!
No wonder it's not freezing.
That guy's so stupid.
It's 4 days to Thuet's opening. A special Valentine's party is planned, but the banquet seating is rock hard. Alex claims they weren't built according to plan.
He only used the hard one. Then he didn't have that shape.
Now Marc's in the doghouse for paying in full.
Yeah. Wait till Beaufort comes, you're gonna get another room there. They forced me to sign. I was under pressure. The gun was on my head. Sign.
The upholsterer shows up with a different set of plans.
This is it. You think I would do something different? You think I could?
What I want to do, I'm going to show you one of my chairs. How you're going to sit on it, you're going to love the chair. And I'm going to sit on the banquette.
You see, I wanted people to stay here, to enjoy.
Buy booze.
Drink.
Let me get the guy up here. Nice guy in tomorrow.
Al agrees to fix the banquettes. The issue is, when? Marc wants to wait until after the opening in case the work isn't done in time.
There's no way they're going to do that. It took them 2 months to do these ones. He's going to take them 1 hour to redo them both.
We're ready.
Yeah.
For once, Biana agrees.
I agree with you, Marc. If they have to take it away, God forbid, imagine you have a freaking hole.
Yeah.
Working on that project, it's time for me, to go in the kitchen and start to cook it. Because I miss it, I really do miss it. And I think I drive everybody crazy, including Biana, so she's very happy that, I'll start working soon.
It's 2 days to opening, and Marc is finally in his natural habitat. Today, he's demonstrating dishes for his Valentine's menu.
Marc the chef is a very, very different guy than Marc the contractor. He's not as frazzled. He's very much, like you said, in his element.
Let me see. Bravo, hey, bravo. Always a wooden spoon. Thank you, buddy.
He's happy. I think that's the most important thing. He's just very happy when he does what he knows best to do, and that's cooking.
Pretty.
Take me home
to the place.
I'm very, very happy. No more construction. I have an old chef of mine one day told me, Mosiman used to say, happy chefs, happy cooking. So I have to keep them a little happy, I cannot beat them up every day. They're gonna get beat up, don't worry, sooner or later, but, I hope more later than sooner.
It's 1 day to opening, and later has arrived. Today is not the day to irritate the chef.
My shoulders.
If you've never met him, I would describe him quietly as a train rolling down the tracks, and it's getting closer and closer and closer. And you hope you can get out of the way in time, except the horn blows far too late. Inevitably, you're going to get hit. Whether you make it out alive or not is, the lucky part.
Irritation number 1. Marc's bottle of cooking liquor is missing.
Jacoby, go get me a bottle of Pernod.
Oh no, this is the calm before the storm. Wait for the storm. Wait for it.
Irritation number 2. Josh's hat.
The chef's hats are very dirty, It's not very... For a sous chef, you are very sous chef.
Irritation number 3. The new guy is too new to sniff out a bad oyster.
What? You don't know? I can smell it from here. Oh, la, come on. Look at it. You don't smell that?
Do you have your raincoat ready? Because the storm is coming.
And it hits when someone leaves the freezer door open.
Close, close!
No wonder it's not freezing.
Better. That guy's so f***ing stupid. I tell him, he looks at me and leaves it open. Open. Hallelujah, God bless. One. Oh, yeah. You know, in Alsace, people like you, they walk onto the subway. You don't have to push them. No, I'm joking, man.
But at the end of the day, Mark finds a way to relieve the stress.
I got freaking food fight you had in here.
How do you like your eggs? Scrapple? Yes, Jack, I love you, man. Make a move.
Hey, Abby, come here, clean the floor.
About 10 minutes to have the whole room set up with the candles and everything else. So you chop.
It's 8 hours to Thuet's Valentine's Day opening. The kitchen expects to produce over 100 plates tonight, and the menu requires exhaustive, intricate preparation.
Let's go.
Meanwhile, Biana has to acquaint her staff and herself with the new computer program.
Go to,
There's 4 hours to go, and 100 desserts must be sprayed with dark chocolate, but the pastry chef loses the spring to his paint gun.
A spring. You see that?
One lost spring, precious lost time. 2 hours to go, and Biana is still training.
Guys, you know, if there's an allergy, if there's something, you know, yeah.
1 hour to go, and the dining room is still not set up.
How many do you want on the big table? 8?
No, it's gonna be 6.
6?
With minutes to spare, a light breaks.
Yeah, it's area 1. Oh, where's the panel? Oh, okay, yeah, I did.
And Mark almost electrocutes himself.
Yeah, you get over there, please. Go over there, please.
About 10 minutes to have the whole room set up with the candles and everything else. So what I'm suggesting is that you chop.
But the hard work pays off. Marc Thuet's namesake restaurant is open for business. Anticipation is high, but the kitchen is off to a shaky start.
You have to cool the bread earlier, a little bit, okay, please?
I wasn't sure if it comes out after this on table 2.
Table 2, no.
And storm clouds start to gather.
Heather, talk to me.
Table 5, main course. Table 4, main course.
Table 3, main course only, table 5.
Table 5 and 4. 4 and 5.
Then you shut up, you. Yeah? Excellent. I hear you one more time. You know what's gonna happen.
But before Marc erupts, the kitchen hits its stride.
Let's go. Nice form. Awesome. Put it there or no? No, Baba, no. Take this one. Yeah, top man, here we go. That's for table 3. Take care of your, of your stuff there. Here, take your sauce. Can I get some truffles? Give me some.
The Valentine's Day diners are oblivious to the chaos in the kitchen. They're in love with each other and the food.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's absolutely delicious.
Beautiful.
Everything's been great. All the pairings have been perfectly symbiotic.
Diners are so impressed, they ask Marc and Biana to sign menus.
Really?
I'll say it, he's an animal, but he's my animal.
Thuet. Out of a life and a kitchen full of chaos, a culinary triumph emerges. Find more at fineliving.com. Real information for real people.